Some people call it tamarind.
Tamarind.
Yes.
Right.
Tamarind. It's the ingredients in curry.
One of the,
Right.
one of the ingredients in curry.
Yeah.
Curry has very, very little
So just use
You have a
basic
real one.
turmeric.
You have the real
very,
one.
the real thing.
Okay, what's in turmeric that is very beneficial is it's called curcumin. It has it's an antioxidant action, and it enables your body to protect the colon cells from free radicals, which is really awesome. So that helps this part of your body right there. Let's see what else. Curcumin in the turmeric also helps the body to destroy mutated cancer cells. That's really awesome, that it actually destroys them so that they cannot spread throughout the body and cause more harm. So if you have cancer in one area and you're taking turmeric, it won't spread. It'll actually start healing that and it won't spread, which is awesome. The frequent use of turmeric has been shown to lower rates of breast, prostate, lung, and colon cancer, and prevent tumors from forming.
Wow.
Yep. And when mixed with onions, it reduces both the size and number of precancerous lesions in the human intestinal tract. If the researchers believe that the combination of cruciferous vegetables, what are those? Anybody remember what cruciferous? They're like cauliflower, broccoli, those type of things, with cruciferous. And curcumin are an effective therapy not only to prevent prostate cancer, but to inhibit the spread of prostate cancer.
Which one is that?
This is turmeric and combined with cauliflower or broccoli.
Or Brussels sprouts,
Brussels
they're in the same
sprouts,
family.
right. Cabbage, all of those are cruciferous. It also helps to prevent the oxidation of cholesterol in your body. It also gets rid of the plaque that's in your blood vessels. So it's really an amazing thing. And it's
just sprinkle it on
just
your food.
sprinkle it on your food. Whenever you eat a salad, sprinkle it on.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
very mild.
It's very mild.
Much
Is
of a
this
taste
stuff
to it.
you like buy in a little jar or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it
yes.
dried or what?
It's
Right.
dried
It's a
powder.
powder
Yes.
form.
Powder.
And it
The
says
powder.
turmeric
Like
on it.
sprinkle it on your salad or something like
Yep,
that?
that's right.
You can sprinkle it on your salad, put it in your smoothies.
You can mix it in a salad dressing.
Yeah.
It's just unlimited where you can use it.
How much
That's a
do you
turmeric,
use or
right?
How much do you sprinkle?
It doesn't matter. Just
Much as
however
you
much
want.
Because 0.2% is all it takes. That's
So
not
what's
very
that,
much.
like an eighth of a teaspoon?
Oh, that's even less than that. It's like a few specks.
Oh, it is less than that?
Very small amount.
Yeah, just go to your taste. Yeah, it's very small. So that's amazing. Okay, the next one is cinnamon. Cinnamon is really awesome too. It's got anti-clotting action.
Wow.
Anti-clotting actions, which I found out that one of the reasons our blood clots is because we have too much fat in it. Did you know that? I didn't realize that that was one of the reasons that our blood clots, we get blood clots in our blood system, is because of too much fat in the blood.
My grandmother would drink buttermilk forever. She's German. Buttermilk, I don't know if that's necessarily German thing. She had blood clots.
Oh yeah. With that kind of fat, oh yeah.
When you put a lot of fat in, it goes right into the bloodstream fat, by the way. Animal fat goes right into the bloodstream, right from your mouth point. You're getting all that fat, and it goes right into the bloodstream, and if you ever watched a film on it, they'll show you that someone who does not have animal fat, high content of animal fat, the blood's flowing fast. Somebody that's got it with a lot of blood fat, it's almost about 1/10 the speed going through the veins and arteries.
That's what causes high blood pressure.
Yes.
That being the case, like, I guess that's plaque building up in your arteries?
No, that's just what
That's
the gel that's in there, the gel.
It gels it up.
Yeah, it
You know
just
how
gels.
fat is.
Right.
It gels
They'll
things
take it,
up.
if you took a sample of the blood, I can bring a film in sometime, take a sample of blood. And what they do is they let it sit before it goes to the laboratory. And when it sits, you're going to have it separate. You'll have the blood platelets,
The red one,
the red, and then you'll have a clear liquid.
which is the
If
plasma.
you don't have high amounts of body fat. But when they took mine, you couldn't even see through it. It was like it was totally white and opaque. Okay, so I had a high amount of animal fat in my body. So that's why, thus, a heart attack. Now what happens subsequently is you start to line the walls, and it's not as much, the plaque is really a protectant for the artery, so that the artery doesn't get damaged by this corrosive material being traveled in the bloodstream, because fat is corrosive to the walls. So it's going to protect it by lining it with this concrete. Down, it's literally a concrete mass that builds around in the artery walls.
That's what Clinton had when he was going to McDonald's every night.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So having that, you can cleanse that out by changing the diet, get rid of the high animal fat, and start putting in things to reduce that, like the cinnamon, the turmeric, things like that.
Use nuts for your fat.
Yeah, use the nuts for the
That's a
fat
good kind of
protein.
fat, and it will not harm you.
Yes, dear.
Since I stopped eating meat, my fingernails are pink.
Amen.
All right,
And
getting
that's-
blood.
That's the circulation.
Yes.
They're the same color pink as if I put, like pink tinted clear nail polish. They're the same color. I don't need that.
Wow, isn't that
Yes,
cool?
excellent, excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. If your fingernails are yellow, crackly, brittly, then you've got a problem with circulation.
You should have nice color to
Does,
all parts.
on what you were talking about, that stuff in your arteries, does having, like I take, a glass of water about 5 days a week, some honey, and apple cider vinegar. I've heard that that helps to clean out your arteries and helps, like I know at one time before when I started that, I was having a lot of troubles with this elbow, like tennis elbow, and after being on it for a couple of months or so, that went away.
The vinegar really
Because it's
doesn't do
alkaline.
much to cleanse the artery. The vinegar literally makes the artery soft. Okay, there's a difference. If you've ever had a science project, I remember when we were children, we had a science project of getting an egg to go through a bottle, a little bottleneck. How would it do that? Well, they soaked it in vinegar. And you soak the egg in vinegar, a hard-boiled egg, you soak it in vinegar, and it would literally be able to suck right through the bottleneck. From, once you would heat the bottle, put the thing on there, and when it would cool down, it would just suck it in. It would be whole. The whole egg would be totally whole. That's because it was able to be so elastic. That's what vinegar does. You can put, if you have varicose veins, put vinegar on it every day, because it'll actually get rid of the varicose veins. So it makes them softer. It does help to get some blood flow, but you really need to get the artillery out. If you have really poor blood and you're filled with the amount of toxics and everything I had to go through a regimen of oatmeal only for 7 days, nothing but oatmeal, because it was a sponge. It literally, you go in and start scrubbing the walls out, whatever the ingredients of the oatmeal was, it would scrub the walls out, taking with it the plaque and so forth. And then when you start getting rid of the animal fat out of your body, and I don't regimen anybody stop eating meat, but you should go on a vegan diet for a while, for a season, if you have a life-threatening disease with hardened arteries and things like that. 3 months, 6 months, whatever it takes to get cleaned out, and then have a little bit of animal product in your diet,
Once in a while.
but
No, but
reduce
you
it
know what?
dramatically.
When you are really sensitive to animals, when you are sensitive about the life, all you have to do is just watch a little tiny segment of a slaughterhouse, how they slaughter animals for human pleasure of stomach. And it will turn you off completely, because animals weren't really on this earth for us to eat. That's God's nature law. So all you have to do is just watch a little tiny clip of a slaughterhouse.
That's another class we need to have.
Yeah,
Watching
exactly. On that.
some videos of manufactured food.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. We're showing you how to make your own versus going out and buying it boxed. Because when you buy it boxed, the cardboard box is better for you than what the content is. There's something wrong with that picture.
Cancer also is an antimicrobial. It helps stop or cinnamon,
Cancer.
sorry, cinnamon.
Cinnamon is.
Cinnamon is the essential oils in cinnamon, and it helps stop the growth of bacteria as well as fungi, including the problematic yeast candida. So, you know, if you think you may have candida in your body, eat a lot of cinnamon.
No, you all have candida in your body.
Yes.
Guaranteed, you all have it.
Yes, it's just whether it's
depends if
overwhelming or
it's
not.
Parasitic,
Do I get the same
non-rampant.
value if I put it in my hot coffee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yes, it also, again, we've talked about this before, how cinnamon levels out your blood sugar. That's why I always add it to anything sweet that I make. I always add cinnamon to it. When I make anything chocolate, add cinnamon to it. You'd be amazed, you can't even taste the cinnamon, but man,
Good
it
for
really makes the
diabetics.
chocolate taste good.
Good for diabetics.
Yes,
It does help a lot.
right. And did you know that the smelling of cinnamon actually boosts your brain activity? Just the smelling
Yes,
of it.
just smell it, just smell it.
I just thought that was really
Is that like potpourri?
Just
Potpourri
heard
with the
it.
cinnamon.
Yeah.
Start to
Yes.
smell it. Yes, yes.
Cinnamon. Yes.
rosemary. You
You're gonna start sniffing now, cinnamon.
Okay.
I've been
As a traditional remedy, cinnamon is a warming remedy. So like when you have the onset of flu or cold, mix it in a tea with a little ginger and it'll get rid of all that.
In your tea, cinnamon.
In your tea. Cinnamon and ginger are really good for getting rid of stuff. The next one is parsley. Parsley is a chemoprotective food. It helps neutralize particular types of carcinogens like the benzopyrenes that are part of cigarette smoke and charcoal grill smoke, which is good to know if you're around a lot of smokers. Parsley will help you neutralize all those effects. It also inhibits tumor formation and in the lungs in particular. Of course, that's where you're breathing in that smoke, and so the good byproduct of the parsley is that you're protecting your lungs.
So if somebody is a smoker and they drink a lot of parsley
Parsley,
smoothie,
that'll help.
that would help.
That would help. Yeah.
Excuse me, it's true that it good for vitamin C?
Yes, yes, it does have good
They
vitamin
say
C.
it has more vitamin C than the citrus. That's
Yes.
what I
Yes, it does.
Very high. Most things are higher than
Then
citrus.
oranges.
Contrary to what we've been taught.
Yes.
I take my
Like a red pepper, for instance, is one of the highest in vitamin C's of anything. Yeah, red peppers.
citrus growers are gonna promote citrus.
Yeah, right.
Sunshine
So
citrus.
there's vitamin C in almost
Yeah.
everything.
It's like protein, I was reading this morning, protein, there's 50% protein in, is it alfalfa? Yeah, alfalfa has 50% protein to it. So if you want to substitute for a protein, there's a great one.
Alfalfa sprouts.
Alfalfa
High in
sprouts.
protein.
Very good.
Yes,
I
that's
put those on
amazing.
sandwich.
Parsley is also a good source of folic acid, one of the most important B vitamins. One of its more critical roles in relation to cardiovascular health is that it converts the homocysteine into benign molecules. You hear a lot about that homocysteine, that if you have high levels of that, your molecules are aiming towards cancer. So eat lots of parsley and it won't affect you. Those homocysteine will be turned into benign molecules and they won't harm you. It also helps protect against rheumatoid arthritis for anybody who is having a problem with that. It also, of course, like we know of it, is to cleanse your palate and breath at the end of a meal. That hey, eat your parsley when you get it on your plate at some place. Eat it.
It's not just decoration.
It's not just decoration. Eat it.
That's right, that's what she just said.
Can you feed it to your dog?
Oh yes, absolutely. We talked last time about pet food and that you need to be feeding your pets raw food. Raw
Not
food,
cooked
raw
food.
animal
Raw animal protein there.
protein and mixed with vegetables. Yes. And then the last but not least is oregano. Oregano kills superbugs. All the bugs that you're afraid of, take oregano and, I mean germs. By superbugs,
Bacterial,
I mean,
viral,
yeah, whether it's bacterial, viral,
huge killer.
yes. And again, they cannot become immune to oregano. Oregano will always kill them. So that's really nice to know.
Good for your medicine cabinets, get oregano oil.
Yes.
Very good for medicine cabinet.
Yes.
Oregano
Oregano
oil
oil.
is very powerful.
Health food stores.
Yeah.
Onion,
$30
onion,
for a little.
onion,
Oil, oregano oil.
Onion.
No, I said that.
You only need a half a liter.
Just 2 drops.
Onion is an herb. They don't really call it an herb, it's considered a vegetable. Yeah, but onions are very good for getting rid of germs and viruses also. If you leave onions out, you know, when somebody's sick around you, all the germs will go right into that onion.
What?
Yes.
What happened?
Just
Onions
set
in
out
the
an
room.
onion?
Just
Yeah,
set
onions
out
in
an
the room.
onion.
Do you have to peel or anything? Just
Well, yeah, you said it.
You
Peel
cut
it.
up. You cut both ends of the onion.
Yes.
Stick a fork into it. Stick in a glass and keep it by your bed.
Yeah.
All the germs, the viruses will go directly to the onion.
Correct.
They
Good if you done it get together.
Yes.
Put that in a corner.
Yes. I did that with Carl, and the next day, all the germs in his body were gone. Because I put him on the bottom of his feet too, with socks on.
Oh,
Pulled
yeah,
all
you
the
teach
germs.
that already.
Yeah, pulled all the
that
germs out.
already.
It's amazing. Yes.
Both ends up.
Does it
Stick a
make any
fork
difference
up
if you
in
use the
there.
oregano
Stick it in the
oil
glass.
or oregano leaf extract?
Glass, it is standard.
Oregano oil is much more powerful and concentrated.
Oh, yeah. Put a fork
So,
in the
yeah, it
glass.
does make a difference. You just don't use it.
The oregano leaf
But
extracts will have
Debbie,
different
the
properties
onion,
than
could
the
we
oil.
just like
Buy
leave
it,
one
it's
in the
not the
kitchen?
same.
Stick it on
Better
it?
for
Yes,
different
when it
things?
starts getting dark and mushy,
Yeah.
throw it away and get a new one.
Any onion, Debbie? Anyone?
It's very nutrient, dense, okay? The oregano is. It's a good source of iron, manganese, dietary fiber, calcium, vitamin C, vitamin A, and omega-3 fatty acids in oregano. So there you have the top 10 herbs.
Wait, what happened to sage?
It's not
I mean,
bad.
remember the song, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary?
Sage.
I didn't hear sage, I didn't hear thyme.
You know,
There's no time or.
They're good too, and we'll talk about those at another time, but these are the top 10
Yes,
that you should have.
what I wanted to say, basil, mint, rosemary, cilantro, parsley, oregano, and sage, and thyme are very easy to grow.
Yes.
Very
Very
easy, and especially even if you can grow them all in one container. If you don't have enough, if you have just a patio space,
Amen.
you can put them all a little bit in one container. They grow like. If you don't keep cutting them, they'll get out of control.
Which ones?
Yes, amen.
Basil, mint, rosemary, cilantro, parsley, oregano, sage, and thyme. I grow them all. They grow like.
Okay, let's start with our split pea soup stock.
Yes.
4 cups of water. They have to start heating.
We're going to start heating our water.
And so the ingredients are 4 cups of water, 1 cup of tomatoes pureed, and 1 cup of split peas, 1 clove of garlic minced, 1/2 a teaspoon of thyme, and 1 small bay leaf. And what we're going to do is bring the 5 cups of water. Wait a minute, you have 4 cups, then you say 5 cups.
I know. 4 cups of water and your 1
Bring it to
cup
a
of
boil.
tomatoes.
Oh.
I added tomatoes there because I like adding tomatoes to my soup base because of the fact that heat does not harm tomatoes as far as their effectiveness. They have lycopene in them, they're good for your prostate, and so use them. Cook them, they're okay. Huh?
Tomato is a vegetable?
Yes, some people call it a fruit, but we call it a vegetable. But it's very high in lycopene that's good for a man's
To
prostate.
eat out separate. For the good combination.
Oh, because it's a fruit, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say it's a fruit, anything that grows
The
out,
flower.
it's a fruit.
Supposed to eat separate as a
Well,
snack.
we're not gonna debate that.
Well, yeah, that's debatable, all of that, so,
Yeah, there's a
we're
whole
not gonna-
camp on that,
Right.
with tomato, especially
we're
tomato.
gonna do this way.
Tomato, tomato.
And so we're gonna put 1 cup of split peas in here, okay? Now, I sprouted some of my peas, and I left them too long in the cupboard, and they went to mush, so I'm sorry. Normally, I would have put, in the end, I would put sprouted whole peas in here, but I don't
So
have
you'd at
it
least
today.
get some fresh,
Yeah, because you get a fresh pea by me doing that.
yeah.
But it didn't do its thing, so. What else do I need?
All
A
right.
clove of garlic.
And
You
1
want it
clove
right?
of garlic.
Mint,
How do you want that?
minced.
Minced?
Yeah. And a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. Now, thyme is really good. Did I put down what it does? Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see. Mine broke this week.
They have to go to the hospital.
Yes. Thyme is an antimicrobial also, and it fights against different bacteria and fungi. One of the big ones is staph infections. That thyme is really good for that. And a bunch of other ones, and it's an antioxidant food, so it's very good for you. Also, I found out that split peas are wonderful for you. Did you know that if you are especially sensitive to sulfites in food, that the peas will detoxify those sulfites in your body? So if you know, like those things that where they have sulfite this and sulfite that, these peas will actually detoxify you from those sulfites. Which I thought, wow, that's really good to know. So, half a teaspoon. This is just going to be our stock. Savory is an herb, and I don't like it. So I put it on there for those of you who might know what it is and want it. I don't like it, so I'm not putting it on. So sorry. Did you get the
Small baby.
And we're going to put a small bay leaf in there. You don't ever eat a bay leaf. You don't eat bay leaves. They're just
a seasoning.
Yes.
Okay, we got cup of tomatoes. Do they go in now, or
Yes.
are they going later?
No.
Cup of tomatoes.
And we put those in here. We're going to puree the tomatoes in my blender. I've already cut them up. And this is a blend tech that I'm using for those of you who have never seen one.
Put some water in. Soup base.
It's frozen.
Get some water.
It shouldn't be frozen. It's just not being, no, it doesn't need it. See, it's not quite a cup, so I'm gonna add some more. You know how you're always used to peeling your tomatoes for stuff that you make? The nice thing about the blender is that you can just blend it all up and you'll never know what's there.
Wow. You get the skin you need.
Yeah, because you need the skins too.
One chopped onion.
Can I ask you a question?
Is that under the added vegetables?
Yeah. Well, now have your peas first. Oh, you're not going to do it yet?
Okay, what we've done is we've got all of our
Okay, you can sip it.
split pea stock. Okay, we've got this stock, and that's what we're going to be cooking. That'll cook for 45 minutes while we do the rest of our
What are you
recipe.
cooking it on?
Right now I've got it on high until it gets to a boil. and
You have
then
to
I'll
chop
put it down.
onions in there?
No, I'm not going to put any of those things in there until the end.
So you do cook some stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, just to get a base, what Debbie will do is cook a base of a vegetable stock and get that well done, to where it needs to be done.
Where it tastes good.
And then, while it's still hot, she'll just take the raw vegetables,
I'll
put
turn
them
it
in
off first.
with the heat off. That way they're not gonna get really cooked, overcooked, and real hot. You want some of the vegetables to be raw-ish and have some crispness to them and be better for you.
And so this is my technique. I've never seen anybody else do this. This is my technique that I've learned how to do with keeping something to have nutrition in it still and still have it be warm. So, and since it's been so cold, you know, that I wanted to have something warm.
Yes.
So, while we're letting that cook, we're gonna go on to our veggie pasta and spinach pesto sauce.